Hey Soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we are doing an important message from Kali Ma about your present and your future. To do this reading, I will be pulling out 3 cards from this deck. If you prefer to pick your piles using your crystals, you will find a timestamp for that down in the description box. And if you prefer for Spirit to pick your pile today, you will also find a timestamp for that down in the description box. Otherwise, let me show you the different forms of Kali Ma for you to choose from in today's reading. For pile number 1, this is the Kali Ma form. For pile number 2, this is your Kali Ma form. And for pile number 3, this is your Kali Ma form. As always, if you prefer to pick your piles using your crystals, then let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, you've got the Rainbow Aura Quartz, and this is what your crystal looks like. For pile number 2, you've got the Carnelian, and this is what your crystal looks like. And for pile number 3, your crystal is the blue agate, and this is what it looks like. So take a look at which one of these 3 piles you're the most drawn to, and this will be the pile for you here today. In case you feel drawn to more than one pile, maybe even all of the piles, trust your intuition. It is guiding you and leading you to the messages that you're meant to hear in today's reading. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box, which will take you straight to your readings. And please note that in a moment, I will be assigning different zodiac signs to each pile. If this is something that you're interested in, please stick around. If not, please pause the video and take as much time as you need. But if you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, then my dear soul family, welcome. This part of the introduction has been created specifically for you so that you can do just that. And in a moment, after the shuffling, I will be drawing out 4 signs for each pile. And so these will be the signs for pile number 1. If they're 4, yeah, I felt they were more. And these will be the signs for pile number 2, and these for pile number 3. Okay, let's see what we've got. For pile number 1, the signs are Taurus, Capricorn, Cancer, as well as Scorpio. Signs for pile number 2 are Libra, Gemini, Virgo, as well as Sagittarius. And for pile number 3, the signs are Leo, Aries, Aquarius, as well as Pisces. So, my dear soul family, these are the zodiac signs and their association to each of the piles in today's reading. Please feel free to pick your pile or piles using your sun, moon, or rising. I highly recommend you check out the 3. Alternatively, if you prefer to pick your piles using your... I was going to tell you exactly what I channeled right now when I was speaking in a moment. But if you prefer to pick your piles using any other placements in your chart, please feel free to do that. The reason I paused is I suddenly heard in my mind's ear moon. So I have a strong feeling to tell you guys to follow your moon sign today, if you know it. Yeah, very strong feeling that I suddenly got interrupted with the talking with the moon. It was really weird. I can't explain it. But again, if you know your moon sign, I highly recommend it for today's reading. If you're not sure, go by your sun or rising. All right. So these were your zodiac signs and their association to each of the piles in today's reading. If you prefer or if you want to see which piles spirit picks for you today, please stick around. If not, please pause the video and take as much time as you need. All right, if you prefer for spirit to pick your pile, welcome. This section has been created specifically for you so that you can do just that. And as you know, I do assign a different tarot card to each pile based on the numerology of the major arcana cards. And so the Magician presents pile number 1, the High Priestess pile number 2, and the Empress pile number 3. And what I simply like to do is shuffle them around until what happens every time is that I miss passing on a card or pulling a card. And then I know that it is your chosen pile. So, what is your important message from Kali Ma? There we go. I pulled out this one about your present and your future. So, my dear soul family, your chosen pile for today's reading is pile number 2. Okay. So these were the different ways in which you can pick your pile in today's reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed them and that they brought you the clarity that you need to find your pile. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box, which will take you straight to your readings. As mentioned, please check out other piles today in case you're drawn to them, if you want to, of course. Since I believe today is an important reading from Kali Ma, it's always a deep reading. She always gives information that is very valuable on how to go about our lives, sometimes providing magical information that makes the impossible become impossible, sometimes clear guidance on what needs to get done to show you what you're not seeing in your life. They are truly always magical. I love the Kali Ma readings, and this is why I only simply advise you, please do what resonates with you, what you feel like. Sometimes you could be drawn to several piles, but you don't feel like listening to all of them. This is just my advice, since I'm very passionate about Kali Ma readings. This is why. Okay, and my dear soul family, I will see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at an important message from Kali Ma about your present and your future. These are the decks that I'll be using for your reading today. As always, if you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them below for you guys. But very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful rainbow aura quartz. Your significator card is the form of Kali, Kama of Kali. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Taurus, Capricorn, 1, 2, and 3. It's going along well. Taurus, whoa, wow. This is awesome. 2 and, ooh, look at that, 3 and 4. Right, so Taurus, Capricorn, Cancer, and Scorpio. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their pals as well. Right, so the first card that showed up is Victory in Some Endeavor. I love this for you. Okay, let's keep that here. And let's take a look at your oracle cards first. So you've got the card, the distant walled city. It feels something like an energy that is so far off. Like not only is it distant, but it's also walled, giving me an impression that you want something, but it seems so far off maybe. And not only that, but even if you were to reach there, it's still very hard to go through it or something. That's sort of the energy I'm picking up. I don't know yet what this is about, but very interesting. Okay. We'll find out in a moment, I'm sure. And you've got the card, whoa, Unity, the Sacred Paradox. Very interesting cards, I must say. You also have the root chakra card with the keyword discovery. Okay, I'm sure this unique energy is going to give us something super interesting. Okay, let's take a look at your tea leaves. So you've got not unsuccessful plans, and here you've got victory in some endeavor. So very interesting. Looks like there's something complicated here. A goal, a complicated goal, maybe that you are dreaming of achieving. But let's see. You've got, wow, success. I mean, the synchronicity is crazy. Victory, success. And here in between, you've got unsuccessful plans, which makes me think that with the knot, something is currently is mirroring this energy of something being so far off and complicated, but two cards confirming that it's going to be successful. You've got the card desk. Pay attention to your work, plans and work. It could pertain for most of you, at least to your work. Is that a work card? Happiness, lovely. Couldn't get any better. Right. Yeah, for most of you, it seems like it has to do with your work. Again, it doesn't have to be. It could be your goals. You've got the month of April. Were you trying to achieve something in April? Maybe? Anyways, you've got mountain, major challenge to overcome. I mean, the cards are continuously speaking about the same energy. It's a marvel to watch every single time, the synchronicities. So yeah, they're definitely picking up your energy, speaking of the same thing. They're talking about how you were trying to achieve something. It's become complicated, so far off, and very hard to achieve. But it looks like you're going to be very happy in terms of how you succeed with flying colors here. And yeah, let's see, maybe April is the future, not the past. We'll find out in a moment. Let me pull out your tarot cards. Okay, so what is your important message from, oh, look at that, Kali Ma, about your present and your future? This is probably it's not the present with April. It's probably the future, because that's the question of the reading. That's the intention. Okay, so you've got the card Knight of Swords. Yeah, we can totally do that. You've got the card Five of Pentacles. That's something, wait. Yeah, unity and something being broken into pieces makes me feel like it got to feel so complicated because something maybe broke. I don't know. Let's see. Again, it's like your court cards keep holding something horizontally. Not look at the vertical view of things. Look at it horizontally, maybe. Expansion. So anyways, Five of Pentacles. And you've got the Six of Swords in the background of the Six of Wands, which is a card of victory, by the way. So slowly but surely, you're going to succeed. Like, you've got many cards here talking about your success, which is lovely. Right, let's continue. You've got the, wow, what a card. You've got the 10 of Cups in the background of the 10 of Pentacles. Surely happiness is a huge thing here. Happiness and abundance. You've got the Knight of Wands. Right. You've got the Lover's card with the Devil. Interesting. The Path of Joy and Love. Right. You've got the Five of Swords in the background, or the figure of the Five of Cups, background of the Five of Cups. Turn the disappointment into empowerment or something. Right, we stop there, actually, because of the space. We can always expand here, but let's wait. So what am I seeing? I'm seeing something very interesting. Actually, if we look at the synchronicity now, I think I'm starting to understand what your message from Kali Ma is. So first of all, your significator card, Kama of Kali. Kama is the pleasure of life, essence of life. It's a third of four aims of life, the others being Dharma, Moksha, wealth, right? So it's that beautiful thing of life. It's enjoying life. It's desire, love, and desire is not just like physical pleasure, not only, but everything. It's like enjoying life through our senses. So it's like no matter where we are at in life, specifically when it's the winter, we can always connect to Kama. Like it's easy to connect to Kama when it's the summer and the sun is bright and life is just beautiful. But in the winter times in our journey, it's not so easy to connect with Kama. But the thing about Kama is that if you suppress it, meaning you're so you don't have time for it because you're in the winter, it's always going to come up. That energy doesn't go away. You can't destroy energy. And so it's always going to come up in another way, like in the form of addiction or indulgence or any peculiar behavior that we do, because it has to be released. It has to manifest. It's an energy. And so Kama always teaches us to remember the importance of indulgence, and that, we don't always have to go through the path of endless effort, but it's connecting with pleasure as a path of personal empowerment, which is kind of what I'm starting to pick up here. Your message from Kali Ma is choosing the Lovers, right? Choosing to go about your path that seems complicated through the Devil represents desire, right? Through choosing to go through it through the path of desire and enjoyment, and happiness, rather than sadness and lack. So an example of that could be, let's say you're studying for an exam, and while you do have to study, of course, the joy here doesn't mean stop studying and go and watch television or get on social media. It simply means learning to go through it with enjoyment. If there's something that you have to do anyway, it's better to learn its essence and how to enjoy it rather than go through it with hate. Let's take winter as an example. Winter, we are cold, it's harsh, the resources are limited to a great extent, and we're covered by all these layers just to feel warm. And it's just especially if you're going through it through its harshness, it's not easy to just tell someone to enjoy it, right? But it's also through the little things of winter that makes people appreciate it very much. And people who have to live through winter, have learned to appreciate it and love it for what it is, like that warm fire and blanket that just makes you feel so good in the winter. It's learning to connect and have a warm, nice meal. It's knitting that beautiful scarf. It's sitting by the fireside with family, telling stories, that pause that everyone must do, and connecting with each other, drinking a nice cup of hot tea. It's these moments that you remember forever. And so it teaches us that in every situation, no matter how harsh it is, there's always something that you can enjoy. And sometimes we take things for granted. This is not just telling you to do that, but also remember not to take things for granted. You know, when sleeping at night and covering yourself and feeling cozy and remembering to feel that gratitude of that moment, because there are so many things in life which we take for granted, but if we look at the other people who don't have it, that's all they can think about. And in a moment like that, when they do get to have it, life feels so good. So don't forget to remember all and appreciate and love all the beautiful things that you have in life. That's the path of least, choosing the path of least resistance is one of the fastest knights in the deck. And to remember to go through your path with happiness. And so this is like the silliness of life, being silly, um, enjoying a silly moment with your pet, or having a silly moment, laughing at something. It's learning to do what you gotta do anyways with enjoyment. Like if you have to, for example, cook, let's say the pleasure of preparing your meals neatly, organizing yourself, following a plan, listening to music while you prepare it. Just some examples can make the same path more enjoyable. So in essence, Kali Ma is advising you in the moment to indulge in the pleasures of life, in whatever you have to go through right now, because she's showing you that it is your path of least resistance. You don't have to go through it suffering with the Five of Swords and the Five of Cups. You don't have, and the Five of Pentacles. You don't have to go through this journey with such sadness and feeling like you're fighting back and feeling like you don't have much, which she is not taking away from you, but she's showing you rather to follow your joy these days. Remember all the beautiful things, pause and smell the roses, and learn to enjoy the process for whatever it's giving you right now. It will make you feel like that arduous path upwards in that tall mountain can actually feel like a breeze. It's just like when you have to untie a knot, the more frustrated you are, the more energetically it seems impossible to untie, and the calmer you are and the more you're enjoying the moment and indulging in the moment, the easier it tends to get. And so she's teaching you about the energy of groundedness and enjoying. See, Kama, root chakra, it's enjoying life through the senses. It's embodiment. Yeah, is the word I'm looking for. It's being in the now, embodying that pleasure, feeling it through the senses is what I'm trying to say. And so the contrast with the sacred paradox here, the yin and the yang, the contrast allows you to enjoy things even more. And as crazy as it may sound, I believe Kali Ma is teaching you that it is during these challenging, complicated times where you get to experience the essence of joy much more than any other time. While you'd think that you'd be at your happiest when everything is good and shining bright, it is within the times of chaos that you experience the most pleasure. Weirdly enough, it is that time that you always go back to and say, oh, remember, hey, best friend, remember during our exams when we discovered this and that and we couldn't stop laughing about this complicated equation that we couldn't solve for half an hour, just laughing at how things can get complicated. It's always these contrasting times that you find the most pleasure. It's during these times when two lovers discover just how much they're willing to be there for each other and love each other. It's during these times where you discover your power and how much you're able to achieve and overcome and be proud of yourself and heal. And so basically, Kalima is saying, pay attention to your goals. Your goals are valid. They are important. Don't let them go. Who said you can't achieve them? She's also giving you a date. She is telling you, await a huge surprise next April. It is going to be a date for some massive achievement. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. This is like ultimate happiness, ultimate achievement, maybe wealth for some of you. Depends on what your goal is. I would say that if this is your work, then it makes sense that the background of the 10 of Pentacles is your wealth. She's saying, of course, it is important to acknowledge that this time is complicated and not so difficult. I feel like perhaps you are giving me the energy that maybe you are, dare I say, have given up, that you can, perhaps maybe because it's so complicated, you might be giving up on a goal. Is this what she's trying to point out in your life? Or maybe you didn't give up on it. Maybe you're like, oh, I have this goal, but I'll never dare to move into that path because it's a distant walled city. Whatever this is saying for you, Kali is not just telling you that in your future you will be achieving this. She's also giving you a date for it, of this time of great success. You will be achieving this greatness. She's saying, take it easy, take it piece by piece, little by little, and enjoy building it little by little. No need for rush. And if you do take it slowly with the Six of Swords, it will automatically take you to success with the background of the Six of Wands. And so you don't need, on one hand, the choice here, right? On one hand, you can move there quickly through indulging in the pleasures, which is the essence of your reading, or you can go through it as an endless, a path of endless effort, or a path of endless disappointment, depending on what this is, how this is, what's the word? How this is resonating with you. You can make your choice, and she's showing you, if you choose to go through this path with by connecting to Kama, which is an important aim in this life, you will get there fast. You move slowly through it, take it bit by bit, piece by piece. It will take you there very quickly to the ultimate happiness and abundance. Let's see the story behind this card, which is one of the reasons I love this deck. So let's take a look at the root chakra discovery card. Okay. Pink from Pinkton. I am more than I think I am. So the legend is, life is easy for young Pink. He takes his gifts for granted. Well, we were talking about appreciating the wonderful things in life. Wow. Okay. Until one day he loses Petunia, the love of his life, forcing him on an inner journey. He loses Petunia, the love of his life. There's like something shattered here, which makes me think that in this pile, it is in fact, you were trying unsuccessful plans. I should have paid attention. Yeah, pay attention to your work, Reem. So I feel like you were working towards a goal and it's become unsuccessful. Yes, so obvious. Right. So the love of his life, forcing him on an inner journey. He works hard on himself, hoping for another chance that doesn't come. In desperation, he consults Sky God and learns that Petunia is incapable of receiving love. Pink recognizes that Petunia's role in his life has been to expand his capacity to love. That makes me think about a lot of things. Perhaps, the unity here and the lesson here seems to have been to teach you about one of the 4 aims of life, which is going through your journey with pleasure. That's why, rather than a path of endless effort, which means the reason you kept trying to achieve this plan and you haven't is because you were making one choice over the other, trying to like put in all the effort, and that's why you felt it was complicated, because the universe was trying to teach you that it doesn't have to be that choice. It doesn't have to be this way. Perhaps you've suppressed your essence of joy for so long that it's just stopped. It created a blockage. And in order to unblock it, you want to bring that energy out, release that energy. So that whole experience is teaching you to love what you have now, to enjoy life and accept it just as it is right now. This way, no one can take joy from you. Nothing. You learn that nothing robs joy from you, no matter how harsh the winter is. That doesn't mean when you connect your joy that what happened to you wasn't legit. It just simply means that you connect your true soul to your true essence. 2 things can be true at the same time. Your grief or your disappointment over the losses and things not working, but also knowing that you are blessed and being grateful for all that is that you have, for all the things that happened, for all the things to come, and to enjoy life nonetheless. One does not mean lack of the other. And yeah, Kali Ma is giving you, presenting. I feel like this is actually talking about presenting you with the essence of your success. What's missing, the key element that's missing, is your joy, your heart. And not looking at things vertically, but rather horizontally, it's time to pause. And perhaps vertically is saying you're always looking at your way up, maybe trying to achieve this goal. But sometimes it's about expansion of the now. It's the quality versus the quantity. And so enjoy where you are at now, because you bet there are so many things that you're not taking in, that when you go through life, you look back and go, oh, I had this, I had that, I could have enjoyed this, I could have enjoyed that. And so take your time to enjoy them, is what Kali Ma is showing in this pile. And just so you know, there is extreme happiness and abundance seems happening in April. Should we expand on that? So what is Kali Ma showing to you in terms of that happiness that she is, you need happiness, and so she's giving you happy news, presenting you also with happy news, very happy news. Next April, what can you expect next April? 8 of Pentacles. You would have, by the way, with the 8 of Pentacles, fully mastered that energy by that time. She has a lot of belief in you. You've got the 7 of Swords. Interesting details. Wow, you keep being presented with something. Wow. Okay. So remember that time. Ace of Swords, the World card with the Justice figure. there's a split here. We have another mystery card. Okay, so she's showing you that by April, you first and foremost would have mastered the essence of the message she's giving to you today, which is the most important thing. With the root chakra, get back into your body. It seems like learning to enjoy things, learning to connect with your senses. That means enjoying the good things of life, which means which is no surprise here because you're listening to a tarot reading, but which means that you are way up in the clouds. You are a spiritual being, very highly spiritual person that forgot the body, so to speak, maybe. It's like, get back to the body. That's also important. That's the body that's going to help you transcend. So you have very interesting energy. And so, while everyone else is overindulging, you seem to be someone who is choosing the hard path, is forgot to indulge, and Kalima is like, that's also very important. Go back, and while you already have a balance there, the unity, you're already doing what's needed in your path. You need to remember that you have to indulge, because otherwise this energy, like I explained, is never going to go away. It's going to come, and in a form that you may not like addiction and indulgence and so on. So you don't want to go through that path, right? She's showing that you need to go down in order to go back up. You have to have your roots well foundated in order to go as high as you want. And so that means enjoy the little things in life. Indulge a little bit. That, by the way, Kama teaches us to indulge in a wise way. Otherwise, again, you're channeling the energy in I don't want to say an incorrect, but maybe in an unwise way. And so you want to remember to take the time to wear something that you like, or remember to take the time to eat something that you like that is healthy. Remember to indulge in some things that you have. I don't know, like do you have a great friend that you can call and connect to and you just don't? Do you have a wonderful family that you can call and say, hey, I love you and miss you, how are you guys? Or I don't know, do you have a park nearby that you're blessed to have, that you don't use and connect with nature with, use to enjoy your life? Do you have a mug that you forgot to drink from and enjoy your tea time? I don't know. Do you enjoy it when you do your hair or you groom your beard and you haven't done that? What is it that you love and enjoy that you haven't been indulging in lately? Do you have a hobby that you forgot about? Do you have, I can go on, you know what I mean by now. So get back to the senses is what Kali is saying. Take the time. It's a time of horizontal rather than vertical. And the more horizontal you go now, because that other energy is balanced anyway, the masculine and the feminine here, seems your masculine is strong. You do what is needed. You're trying your best, and it's complicated. Now you need your feminine. You need to indulge and enjoy and receive. Are you receiving the great benefits that you have in life is the question. Stop and smell the roses. Go horizontal in order to go up. And so back to what's about to happen in your future. You're about to master that energy with the 8 of Pentacles, and thus walking away from this knot and this difficulty with the background of the 8 of Cups. So what shall happen in April? You will be presented with an opportunity that no one else can have, because this is the sword of King Arthur, right? It's like when others are looking for someone, picking someone with the background of the 7 of Cups, they pick you. You're going to be chosen. I don't know what your story is, But remember the wall here, it gives me this impression that even if you do take that long distant path, it seems like it's walled, which means it's not inclusive maybe of everyone. Not everyone gets to be inside the city, perhaps. Maybe you have to have a pass to get in or something. I don't know what your goal is, but I'm just reading based on the symbolism of the card, and I'm sure, and I know you being spiritual beings listening, the other half of the message lies within you. So I'm seeing, and you're also receiving. And so something about your goal, specifically your work goal, for most of you at least, has to do with being let in. And so, yeah, the wall here, it's destined for you to be chosen into this wall of the few who possess that energy at least. And so you will be chosen in. It's like, hey, we are honored to let you in. We're honored. Please passage, rite of passage. It comes to mind as well. But anyways, you will grow with the Eight of Pentacles. You will grow enough to be allowed in or something. You will be chosen. It's destined with the Justice figure in the World card to be allowed in. You'll finally achieve, World card, you will achieve your goal in April. So what are you going to be chosen for? Like, what are you going to be given? So chosen why, and what are you going to be given? You're going to be chosen for knowledge. High Priestess. You will have unique knowledge, understanding that others don't have. The Chariot. What is the Chariot doing here? The Chariot. What is the Chariot doing here? Oh, you'll move. It could be an actual move, like a physical movement from one place or the other, but it could be simply saying that your goal will move. Oh yes, Knight of Wands. Things will start to move very quickly. And when the contrast, the unity happens, that's why it's so important. Like the veil here is what seems to be the blockage for you to manifest what you want. Not until you learn and master the energy of the two, moving towards your goals, but also learning to enjoy the moment. That's a very important energy for you to master this year, it seems. And things will move in April. So my question is, why would they choose you? They would choose you because you know how to make things work due to your knowledge. And that may not be something that you understand now. So maybe now you're going to ask, like, what do I have that would make things work? Maybe you don't know now. Who knows what type of changes are going to happen until next year? Things are changing fast. Who knows? Maybe AI, for example, I'm just saying for example, it doesn't have to be that. It's just the quickest thing that comes to mind. Who knows? Maybe AI, for example, will be able to do a lot of the things that you don't have to do, but the essence here, the intelligence or the creativity or something that they need from someone will be what you are able to understand. And thus, you're the perfect person for the perfect role. As an example. Let me think of other examples. You're creative. You're able to see things others just don't have the ability to see the way you can freely see it. So you could be creative. And there is a upcoming role where they need that sort of creativity. Or maybe you'll be using your creativity, and thus what they couldn't see about you with the High Priestess, whoever is offering this to you, will be able to recognize it. Oh my God, this pile number 1 is a genius. Wow. Who would have, how when you have someone in your team that seems to be like everyone else, like has the skills as everyone else in the office, obviously. And then they do this thing and everyone's like, whoa, how did you do that? Oh, you just do it like that. Get out of here. I had a friend back in university who, believe me guys, this guy, you would tell them any numbers, like you would multiply a big number with a big number, and they would instantly give you the result. And I didn't believe this guy. I thought he was just like trying to impress us. So I said, I have a calculator. I genuinely thought I was gonna like laughingly just go, you're lying to us. You're fooling us. So he's like, go ahead, use the calculator. I'm like, okay, let's use the calculator. How about 543,621, which is, I don't know, 74,238 times 1,700,000, whatever. Just clicking numbers on the calculator. I click equal, and this guy gives the exact number on the calculator. And I was flabbergasted. This guy was a genius. And we'd always be playing, like if I spoke to him on the phone and we're joking, what is this, and he'd bring it right out. And it would always like flabbergast me. He would laugh. Such a kind soul, by the way. And it was legit. My small mind couldn't believe that someone had the capacity to do that. Anyway, sorry, I digress. But I was giving you the example of how someone, he thought that was absolutely normal. Like, he wasn't showing off about it. He wasn't going around going, oh, did you know that I can do this? He just acted normal. And so similarly, maybe you have an inner knowing or an inner talent, is a genius in you one way or the other that you think like that's a normal thing, only for others to recognize it and go, oh my God, how do you do that? And maybe you're going to go, oh, I don't know. Can't you do that? I thought everyone can do that. No, not everyone can do that. Perhaps is a time where you're going to discover, or at least be acknowledged. Maybe be acknowledged for particular intelligence that you have. And it's just going to make things moving. And you're going to have a respectful honor, an honorable offer come your way, because with the Arthur's sword here, it means that people choose you because you have something that others don't have. That is brilliant. Would you like to have a clue on what this is? It is what has caused you your biggest pain, right? It has one day. There are two sides of a coin, right? On one side, this gift could have given you the biggest pain, but on the other hand, it gives you the biggest pleasure also. This reminds me of another type of intelligence. If I look at maybe you are, for some of you, maybe someone here listening has an amazing memory. Like, you would just look, which is someone also I met, by the way, when I was in school. I met a girl from a grade that she was 1 year younger. I didn't know her. We just met in, what is it called? Free time and break time. And she was like, we were like talking, and I said, what are you doing? And she said, oh, I'm just looking quickly because I have an exam. I was like, oh, are you revising? And she said, no, I'm just very quickly looking at this information. I'm like, whoa, are you gonna like remember all of that? And she said, yeah, I have a photographic memory. I was like, wow. really? Like you can look at this whole thing and remember it? And she's like, yeah, I take pictures of the page. I was mind blown. I was like, no way. And she's like, yeah, I just look at the page and I remember it. And the blessing, she literally revised the papers before, like she enjoyed her break time, and in the line she's like looking at her exam, like looking at the papers, and she does well. And I was impressed. For like the next week, that's all we talked about. And you can remember this and you can remember that. Yeah. So that's another thing here. It is someone's also a great pain. Well, we didn't discuss this together, but I know later on the people who have photographic memory remember everything. And that could also be painful, because one of the blessings in life is to forget some things, right? So I would say with the Ten of Swords, it's like one end of it was the reason why you've gone through a lot of pain. Maybe because you could understand things so well, or maybe because you weren't naive to something, maybe because you have a photographic memory, maybe because that type of intelligence makes you think a lot. I don't know. That's as many examples as I can come up with. But she's showing you that it was your greatest pain, but it will be on the flip side your biggest blessing, allowing you on the other end. See, we've got a lot of tens here: 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands. So at one point of your life, if not even maybe all of your life, it could have been your greatest pain and your greatest heaviness. But it was also the very essence. See the unity, the dichotomy of energy here. It will also be the reason for your biggest happiness and your biggest blessing. An actor comes to mind. So maybe someone is very sensitive. They get to attune to emotions very well. And so they're able to understand people's characters well. They're able, to understand people's intentions. They're able to like literally get into people's lives just like as if it was a glove that fits, and understand everything about them. And so that actor or actress becomes a brilliant actor, because they're able to reflect to the audience exactly what this person is going through, how they're acting, their facial expressions, how they're feeling, what their thoughts are, what their intentions are, why they're doing the things that they're doing. People are too now for the first time able to get into that character in the same way this character was able to get into that character, so that everybody understands why they're doing the things that they're doing, thus making them worthy of an Oscar nomination. My goodness, nomination. So basically, what I'm just trying to show you is that why you're the chosen one, because you have an inner understanding or an inner talent that makes something work that others just couldn't make work, because it is your gift that one day made you suffer, and today, or let's be specific, in April, will make you a very successful and happy person. Not that you need anything outside you, but it is bringing that into your life. So last card in describing this. Whoa! it look at that. It's crazy. It is your biggest pain, but it is also your biggest happiness. The dichotomy of energy here, the yin and the yang. Very interesting, my dear pal number one. Please let me know if you know what this is in the comment section. I love to read your lives and your experiences, and how this energy, like what is your gift? How is it your biggest pain, but could also be your biggest happiness? I would love to know. But yeah, I've been learning that we all might look the same, but each one in their essence has something amazing that we don't know about. Yeah. When you watch artists and how they're so precise and crisp with their lines, like I would have to erase it and adjust it like many times. They're like, and in awe of just how the lines came out perfect, the dimensions, the shading. Anyways, not to veer off course again, but that I'm just trying to express that each one has an inner intelligence for sure. And this is when your inner intelligence is shining bright. It's in April. That's what Kali Ma is showing. It's fated for this event actually. So it means that your desire for something to happen was fated. It's always been fated. You were always meant to receive it, but you are going to get there through balance. And so pick up the pieces calmly, enjoy every piece just like an expert would in putting it into place. Take your time, no rush. Enjoy your time for now as best as you can. If you're studying, enjoy the information you're getting. Learn more about it. Take your time to let it sink in. If you are working on a project, take your time. Don't let your anxiety convince you that you're not going to get there. Whatever it is that you're going through, as crazy as it may sound, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just delivering a message. Do whatever you can to enjoy its moments, as crazy as it may sound. And you have a promise by Kali Ma that April is a life-changing time for you. Not that before that you won't experience magic and amazing things, but particularly in April is the epitome, culmination of all of the things you have been working hard. It's that moment where it truly manifests for you. And my dear pile number 1, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed this reading doing this reading for you. I always enjoy Kali Ma's reading. They're full of wisdom. And we have a final card. What is your last message? Yeah, don't block yourself from receiving what the universe wants you to receive. If you're not receiving it now, it is due to your blockage, and it is not due to the universe not wanting to give it to you. When you remove this blockage, you'll be able to receive it easily because it's destined for you to receive it. You unblock that energy by allowing unity to happen, the feminine and the masculine energy. And in your case, the feminine and the masculine seems to be talking about energy and effort, right? Endless effort, rather like trying to beat something constantly, rather than it is about enjoyment. And yeah, my dear pile number 1, this is exactly what I see. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 1, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at an important message from Kali Ma. About your present as well as your future. To do this reading, these are the decks that I'll be using. As always, if you're interested in knowing the names of any of them too, again, you'll find that I always list them below for you guys down in the description box. I was pausing because I was thinking something very interesting. For now, I'll put them like that because there's something very interesting about the Kali form, your significator card, Kurkula, which we'll talk about. This is probably why you're getting the doubles here. But yeah, very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Carnelian. Your significator card is the form of Kali, Kurukula. Let's shuffle. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Libra. And look again, you're getting 2. Ooh. Sorry, my apologies. The signs for this pile are Libra, Gemini, Virgo, as well as Sagittarius, 1, 2, and 3. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. If I'm not mistaken and I remember correctly, this is the chosen pile by Spirit in today's reading. So, very excited. Let's see what we have. And let's begin with your oracle cards first. So the reason I'm splitting your reading into 2 in this way, and I'm seeing the synchronicities of 2 already, is that Yeah, I think I need to give you just a quick introduction about Kurukula. She is a sorcerer, a divine sorcerer. And she's also at the same time conqueror of enemies. And so her realm is the realm of attraction, charisma, magnetism, spell crafting, the power to attract, but also the power to repel. And so she either attracts or repels. And similarly, when you are working with Kurukula, and it seems like her energy is very powerful these days for you, she's there with you. She teaches us that in order to receive, we must let go of something. So release to receive. And so the reason I've looked at these right away, the synchronicities of the twos here, it seems that she's right away showing you that in your present, you are guided to release something in order to receive something. That's just my initial understanding of the energies, even before we open the cards. But yeah, let's get straight into it and see why. And you're very lucky that you have Kurukula working with you these days. So nice. I mean, if you notice, she has a red color, and the red color is the same as that pulsing, vibrant, divine feminine power working through her. Yeah. And red in Buddhism, by the way, is the color to also attract, right? Power to attract, but also power to subjugate negative energies. So very interesting. These two could be talking about not what you have to do to release. Maybe it's her power to remove or repel the negative energies in your life in order for you to receive. We'll see whether you are guided to release, or this is her telling you, hey, we're going to be releasing this. Let's find out. So you've got, oh, look at that, the red here, very interesting. You've got authenticity with the keyword masks right off the bat. Okay, the power of who you really are. That's the seems to be the feminine power here, power of authenticity. All right, let's take a look at your oracle cards, the dualities here, the two, the in and the out. So on this side, you've got soulmate with the root chakra. And you've got the card, the cottage in the woods. And you've got the month of November. On the other hand, you've got the card crown chakra with confusion. You've got the card the cohort. Interesting. And you've got the card December. Wow. Okay. Right, let's take a look at your tea leaves. You've got nest, an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. You've got success. Wow. That's the exact card that pile number 1 got. If you're drawn to pile number 1, I highly recommend it. It was very interesting reading. You've got parrot. Someone will gossip about all your secrets. Now, gossip and success. This seems to be success through word of mouth. It could be like success that turns into an overnight sensation, and with an aspect of a large group of people similar to you repeating what you're saying or something. Be careful that it's not an echo chamber here. But anyways, you've got, we'll see. Barrel, you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. Okay, wonderful. You know, the barrel reminds me of, what is your bucket list? I know bucket is not barrel, but it just reminds me of bucket list. So something in your bucket list, maybe? Anywho, let's take a look at your tarot cards. So you've got the 6 of Pentacles. Lovely. Okay. You've got the King of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, receiving something so valuable, it seems here. Ooh, attraction with Kurukula and the King of Wands. Oh, have great news for you. Oh, I love, 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 love your reading. You've got the Hanged Man, right? Letting go of something you're hanging on to in order to receive. So it's something you're holding on to. I realize you can't see this card. When I'm editing and I do this, I really facepalm. I'm like, oh, can't see the last card. So I'm paying attention to the last card from now on, so that doesn't happen again. Apologies about that, by the way. Right. Now you can see your cards. Okay. I want to like have a screen right in front of me instead of going up and looking at the camera, so that I always know what's going on and never have things like that happen. I'll figure out how I can do that. Maybe connect it to the iPad or something. I have no idea how to do things like that, but I'll figure it out. I digress. My apologies. Let's now get into your reading. There's something about what you need to let go here of the masks. There's something about Kurukula, Kalima, telling you it is time to stand in your true authenticity, to be your real self. Do not wear masks and try, like, this mask is pink, this one's yellow, this one's green, perhaps signifying depending on who you're talking to. And yeah, I feel like in one way or the other, we've all somehow learned to do that. And to an extent, that's not entirely a bad thing, because you sometimes must protect yourself. And this is a personal opinion, by the way. Maybe Kalima is going to say a totally different thing, but sometimes you wear a mask temporarily with some people in order to be safe. Maybe these people don't have the open mind, and they could be what's the word? They could be risking your security, for example, or your safety. Yeah, and so on. So at the end of the day, this is not saying like, all I'm trying to say is be careful, of course, but you are guided to stand in your power, especially that Kurukula is, her realm is the realm of charisma, magnetism, you see, attraction. And so the real attraction, to be absolutely attractive and standing in your power, is not to be compromised by shame or trying to fit into something that's not you, which takes from your power. And it is rather standing in your true authentic self, being proud of every aspect of yourself, even the things that you know you should work on or improve or become, that you love. For everything that you are now, you in order to stand in one power, you must love every aspect of you, even those that you want to change. You should be proud of it now. Harboring it is, it's like your child. Even if your child doesn't do something perfectly, doesn't mean that you're not proud of them. You're always going to love them unconditionally. You're always going to be proud of them, and you're going to, from that place, teach them better, right? Train them better. And it's the same with you. You are guided in the present moment to be authentic, to be your authentic self. And that includes especially the things that you had to cover and mask, that you didn't want to show to people, or show to specific people, or show about yourself, or even show to yourself. This includes being okay with all aspects of yourself, the things that, especially the things you don't want to admit to yourself, the things that you wish weren't true, so you act as if they're true. It's time to harbor every bit of yourself and listen to it. Hey, we're not good at that. Let's improve it, because that's what we want. But for now, I'm gonna love and be proud of every aspect of myself, knowing that all of the things that I want to change, I can change about myself to actually take action towards it. So yeah, magnetism, charisma, power, being a sorcerer, attracting things into your life, since these are connected. She's showing you that it is a great time to remove the confusion. It is what is causing you confusion, the things you're hiding about yourself, to yourself and to others. It's taking from your power. It's the thing you want to release in order to receive. It is what you want to release in order to receive. Release the shame, release the guilt, release the, what else? Fears. Sometimes you're afraid of learning about something in yourself, and don't let anyone convince you otherwise. No matter what you've done, no matter what it is about you, you must harbor it in order for it to give you its power, but also release the parts that you want to release. You won't be able to release so long as you're not in touch. You must come together in order to release it. It's like your child. If they're holding something dangerous like a knife, you want to make, and they're like chaotic, you want to bring things down. You want to say, hey, I love you, show this to mommy or show this to daddy, don't be afraid, we're not going to punish you, come, what you have here, can we see it? Thank you. Now you start setting the rules. Kindly also, but firmly. And so it's the same. There's a part of yourself that could be afraid to show you itself. If you are harsh with it, you want to be kind, you want to give yourself safety to show who you are. It's like, I'm not going to judge you, I'm not going to say anything to you, I'm going to be your safest place. So show me what you don't want to show me, and I promise I will handle it kindly, and we'll learn together how to improve. And so there's something about this conversation when it comes to your present, the nest. You must provide emotional security for yourself to grow. That is going to create great success. So with cohort and parrot, this confusion and not seeing the self is going to lead to you finding people just like you, people who value who you are. And each one of us is never really going to be loved and accepted by everyone in this realm. And that's the nature of this realm. Think about it. Even the things that should be accepted by everyone, like, I don't know, the universe, God, the prettiest woman in the world, the richest person in the world, and so on. Everyone and everything has the yin and the yang. Some who love and appreciate it, and others who think it's like a load of crap, So that's okay. And so here it shows that when you stand in your power, you will unleash a lot of magnetism, because you're going to be with the root chakra grounded in your power. You know how a tree must have strong roots in order to grow up, and it's the same. You must stand in your authenticity in order to rise, in order for your power to have a strong foundation to rise. And so it talks about how in a short span of time, from November to December, you will find massive changes in your life. And we'll talk about all these massive changes. But the first thing, if you let go of what you're hanging to here, that mask that you're hanging to that's causing all this confusion, you will find your people. Your people will be with a parrot. You'll be surprised to see that they are repeating your thoughts. They are just like you. They love the things that you love. You don't have to, it's like you don't have to change yourself to fit in, realizing that you're changing who you are. You know that infamous Will Smith, if I can remember it properly, quote of, people do things that they buy things that they don't love in order to appeal to people that they don't love, in order to live a life that they're not happy with, something like that, or to be part of people that they don't love, and to live a life that they are not even happy living. So I can't remember it word for word, but I think you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. There's something about, you are wearing these masks, to appease to someone or a group of people, to radiate an energy that's not yours, and it will lead to that same wise words of living a life that you don't want, to doing things and thinking that that's all there is, when in fact there are different energies on this planet, and each one is meant to make people happy, and people are happy with different things. Some people don't want wealth, as hard as you or anyone might think. They don't want it. They want things like other things that others could take for granted. They want a nice cup of tea with a friend, and every time you mention wealth to them, they're like, no thank you, I don't want wealth. Some people don't want to fall in love. Every time you mention love to them, they're like, thank you, no thank you, I don't want to fall in love. I want to travel the world, I want to be successful. Everyone has a different desire, and that's to be respected. And so you must find yourself too, and you don't have to live the life of and the desires of someone else to appease to people who are with the cohort that are different than your energy. And so if you stay authentic to who you are, you will easily be recognized by your people, who with the parrot repeat and love this very same things that you love. They love the fun things that you love. They love your ideas. They love your fun. They love who you are. And so you're going to be part of another world that appreciates you fully for who you are. And then that's the world you're going to have fun with. That shall happen when you release shame or fear or anything like that to be yourself. Once you step into your energy, Kurukula is showing you that also abundance and attracting things into your life shall begin. That's her realm, and that's how she's explaining it to you. And because in this realm, magnetism, charisma, as well as spell crafting and the power of attraction, they come hand in hand. And so standing in your authentic self, in your case, is the release that you are guided to do today in order for, and very quickly here between November and December, you will be surprised by the amount and the massive changes and the kind of success you will receive with the Six of Pentacles in your life. It's like, look at this Four of Pentacles. Oh, it's mine. You stand in your power, you attract and receive and get and own. I was going to say what you want, but then I heard who you are. Because attracting what you want is part of your essence. It's part of the self. It's like you have a part of yourself that you are not harboring, that just knows how to attract things into your life. And so long as you are not harboring that part of yourself, you're removing yourself from your power of attraction, which is your true essence and who you are as a divine being. Cottage in the woods, in contrast to cohort, are very different. Here, it's like you're isolated from your people. Cohort, you are exactly with the right people. You're radiating your power and your essence. And that goes hand in hand, as I said, with you attracting your success and with the Four of Pentacles. When you achieve that, by the way, be careful not to create an echo chamber, because every blessing in the world has its yin and yang. And so when that does happen, which seems to be happening very quickly, you're like your true authentic self, you're happy, you're with your people, you're repeating the same things to each other. Be careful not to create an echo chamber, and to, even though you're standing in your authentic self, have a third eye. Be open to seeing other ideas, other energies, because in that way, you can also attract what you love from all the different energies from your place of authenticity. Right, another thing that I'm seeing here with soulmate and emotionally secure, I believe that standing in your power will allow you to attract things that you're lacking. So what are you lacking from what I'm about to say? Love, money, and particular goals. I'm sure goals with everyone. Everyone has goals, right? I think. So other than goals, If you are wealthy, then you're good. You're standing in this power. If you have love, then you're standing in that power. But if you're missing any of these, you can see that Kali Ma is telling you in a short span of time, you'll be able to attract love, money, and goals, the goals that you have in your life, quicker than you think. The balance, the scales, if you create that balance, the release and the receive. There are some things that need to be released, and that is the masks, the best way to say it, for all of the others to come in easily. It's an ever-giving bag. It will continue to give you and give you and give you so long as you are in your power. Standing in your power is everything. It allows you to attract what you want into your life easily without having to go against the grain to get it. So yeah, we're seeing receiving money, love, and goals succeeding. Let's expand on your reading and see what Kali Ma wants to tell you. So you've got the Magician. The Two of Pentacles. The Emperor. And the Eight of Swords. The red. Wow, all the red in your reading. Your magic will work. Do you see all these inventions at the background? Your magic will work. Your secret to the law of attraction will work when you see and put all of your energy into focusing on enlightening yourself with who you are. If you want to know for you how you can get in touch with this magnetic power, that requires you to simply, in this pile, you don't need to, it doesn't mean you shouldn't, but you don't need to put your time in creating vision boards or imagination. All these are amazing things, don't get me wrong, or believing in something that will happen, all these tips and tricks into manifestation. Here you've got Kurukula herself telling you from her realm what you need exactly. It's like a personal prescription on how to get in touch with this magic. And she's saying this needs absolute focus of not just looking at it once, but looking, not zooming in once, but 10 times zoom in onto who you are, learning about who you are. This is the key element that will make this shift with the Two of Pentacles. This is the element that will lead you to your divine power. And she's explaining with the Eight of Swords that this has to do, connecting with the self, has to do with removing one limiting idea after the other. Limiting idea could be, oh, I can never do wrong. And removing that limiting belief could be, it's okay to do wrong. Who said it wasn't okay to do wrong? I mean, the divine essence has these two elements of yin and the yang. Both are important. It's learning how to work with them. What is this wrong teaching you about yourself? Maybe you want to acknowledge something. Maybe you love something and you should honor that and see how you can do what you love to do in the right way. For example, what else is a limiting belief? I can do no wrong. I will never be able to be who I want to be because I'm this or I'm that. That can't be possibly true because you are a divine being. That is your essence. That is who you actually are. If we want to talk about who you really are, that's who you are. the rest are just stories and your experience in this life and what you had to do to survive. And so forgive yourself and be proud of yourself for doing what you knew how to do back then to survive. Is it who you really are? Now that's the limiting belief that needs to go out. And so on and so forth. And this requires you to be grounded, to treat yourself kindly and with strength when learning about who you are, not shaming yourself, not limiting yourself, learning that even the things you don't like about yourself are things that you can improve, and to take your time. Don't rush because you've got a tag that's hurting you, like, oh, that's not who we are, and you get that like, no, it's good to acknowledge the things that you are limited by, so that you can calmly and give yourself the okay to experience the wrong until you learn how to do the right, because that's simply what it takes to do anything in the world right. You can never pick up that pen, solve that equation, that complicated equation the first time. You got to learn about equations. You got to learn about how to do something correctly. And it is those that endure that time of discomfort to learn something that become the experts. And so you want to give yourself the okay to continue to do it wrong, because you know you're taking your time to learn it. Don't join in the outside and shame yourself. Be the kindest person to yourself. And so you want to work with yourself is the summary here. Each time you'll be able to remove one limiting belief after the other. Each time you remove a limiting belief, your strength increases until you find yourself sitting in that power. And it looks like Kali Ma is showing you that this is not like a lifetime's work, at least for this pile. This is a mere confusion that you need to release. And if you take your time between now and November, you'll be surprised how you can actually fully heal this. As crazy as it might sound to you right now, but you were drawn to this pile, and this is what she's showing you. Between November and December, you can really heal this, get in tune with that energy, attract the things that you want into your life, and stand in your divine power. Your future is a couple of months or a few months away. And my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I wish you the best of luck. There's a lot of success coming up for you. And love is in the air, as well as wealth. Yeah, money. So my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see. I truly hope you've enjoyed your reading. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 2, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at an important message from Kali Ma regarding your present as well as your future. And to do this reading, these are the decks that I'll be using. If you're interested, as always, in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I list them below for you guys in every reading. Very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful blue agate. Your significator card is Kundalini Shakti. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Aries, Leo, 1, 2, and 3, Aquarius, as well as Pisces. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Okay, so these are the oracle cards that I see for your reading. Let's get straight into checking your oracle cards out first, and then we'll expand the reading using your tarot cards. So you've got sovereignty. Sovereignty has been popping up a lot in the readings these days. So the key word is self-empowerment. Wow. Okay. You've got the pair. Even that card has showed up recently as well. So the pair. And you've got self-worth. This is the sacral chakra card. You've got the month of December. That month has been popping up in today's reading. It was in pile number 2. I mean, if you're drawn to pile number 2, I highly recommend it in this case. You also have the month here of January, right? December and January. Very interesting. You've got bag, something important such as a new job or a raise. Love this for you. Look at the chair signifying position here. You've got firecracker with excitement. Ooh, so nice. That powerful energy reminds me of the Kundalini energy, right? You've got egg, success assured with good plans and hard work. I love this for you. Okay. The golden egg. You've got star, guaranteed success. How many success cards can you get? I love that for you. 2 success cards. Okay, yeah, you also might want to check pile number 1. They got a lot of similar energy. I don't want to say what it is, so in case you want to watch it, you can enjoy it. Wow, horseshoe with good luck. What amazing pile. I mean, I've envisioned something else ever since Kundalini obviously showed up, but no, actually, oof, I'm glad. I'm so happy. Okay. Lovely. Look at all the stars here. Right, so we got 2 cards here. And we actually have cards popping out. Let's take these and as well as these. And let's see what we have. So, you've got the 3 of Cups. There we go. You've got the 3 of Wands, a lot of 3s. Right? Wow, the Wheel of Fortune. This is an amazing pile. I mean, you probably guessed it too. Kundalini Shakti. You must have guessed we were going to talk about, you know, the Kundalini energy rising and all of that. But boy, is this such a positive reading. Tarot is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get next. So you got the 5 of Cups. And you've got the Fool card. Wow, wow. Because of the Seed of Life here, the Star, the Good Luck, the Wheel of Fortune. It is amazing. Right. The Star, this like energy of a star also has been showing up recently. I don't know, is this signifying like focusing on the energy of Sirius, the star, or a portal opening? Perhaps a portal opening. Am I correct with that? Is that a portal opening? The Seed of Life. There's a portal opening in this pile. Okay. Let me take a little bit of my time here because this is looking amazing. And we've got a lot of snow here from different cards. Something about the winter, like a lot of snow here for sure. Expect something to happen in the winter. If you're in the southern hemisphere, lucky you, that's now. You're on the precipice of that. Or wait, you are in the winter. You're in the winter. If you're in the northern hemisphere, of course, it looks like it's in the regular winter time. Like the next 6 months, yeah, even December and January. I think if you're in the southern hemisphere, this means now, this month and the next month. For everyone else, this is exactly that, December and January. I would say you're rising to your power. You're rising to your stardom with the Star card and sovereignty, self-empowerment. And so Kali Ma's message to you today is just like the firecracker and excitement here. I feel like you're going through these days an energy very similar to the energy of Kundalini rising. Of course, very withered down, like kind of like, what's the right word? toned down, because when there's Kundalini rising, we use this a lot in the spiritual community, but it is such a powerful, it's not an easy energy to go through at all. This massive awakening process is not easy. It's very, you need a lot of spiritual power as well as physical power, and so much as this happens. So what is Kundalini rising? Just in case you don't know what I'm talking about, very easily, very simply, Kundalini energy is a sort of energy that we all have. It's the arising and awakening of consciousness, and it begins from, I was going to say spleen, from the base of the spine towards the crown, the head, the crown chakra, awakening all of your chakras and creating and cleansing the pathway. So what happens is that the strong energy, when it awakens, it evokes instability within, clearing out the pathway, and it's depicted as, the best way to understand it, as a coiled snake that is rising, right? And it continues to go around and around, clearing the inner pathway for a higher consciousness to manifest. And so during this process, although it's like what everyone looks to, because you get in touch with your massive spiritual power, you transcend the limitations, you transcend the world, you transcend the limitations of the world, you transcend, let's say, the things that had power over you. You find power, you're able to manifest what you want in your life. Yeah, you're awakening to yourself, a real awakening to yourself. It's something that every spiritual person that knows about it seeks it, but it's not easy. During this massive awakening, it creates a lot of internal discomfort and internal instability, as this purification is not enjoyable, or let's say rarely enjoyable. But it is a natural process that requires courage, for sure. And that's why it is done when the soul is ready. When the soul's ready, when you've gone long in your spiritual journey, you've integrated a lot of your shadows. And for some of you, the Three of Wands, this could be saying, for those of you who are listening to this, saying, I am ready for this, then this is definitely talking to you in your case, that you are gonna go through a full-blown Kundalini rising. Wow, and lucky you, but lucky you, right? You're ready for this. Lucky you that you're ready for this, and that you are going to be able to handle this. Which, if you're ready, that's great, because as you go through this process, which is not exactly your case in your reading, you're going to get a diluted version of that with the Kundalini, Shakti, and the rest of the cards that I'm seeing. You're a beginner with the full card for most of you, but if not, again, like I said, this is a general reading. And so it brings a lot of discomfort, like even mentally, you could feel like you're going through dramatically fluctuating moods. And that's like, again, full-blown Kundalini rising, so that you are aware of what we're talking about. So mentally, like dramatically fluctuating moods, physical symptoms where you're feeling discomfort, spiritual chaos, and so on, until it rises. And boy, when it rises, it's akin to someone telling you, get into this competition, run this marathon. Although it might be a crazy long marathon, you're going to be a multi-millionaire. So it's going through massive discomfort, but winning it big in life, kind of thing. So in my opinion, this is not talking about a full-blown Kundalini rising. But what is happening here? I see the pair. I see masculine and feminine, giving rise to a new power. It's almost like Osiris and Isis giving rise to Horus, or birthing Horus. That's much of the energy that I'm seeing here, because Kundalini is a creative energy, right? So to be exact, what I am seeing is that, and this has been popping out recently a lot, the masculine, the feminine energies. Have you noticed? So it could be one of the two things. Some of you may have been aware due to the readings, if you watch the channel recently, and thus you started to unite your divine masculine and feminine energies within, or is you could have been doing that without even realizing or putting labels or tags on anything, uniting your masculine and energy powers. But it's definitely something that I've been seeing recently, and I am seeing due to that it looks like it's specifically towards self-worth with the sacral chakra. I am seeing that there's a rising power within you of confidence, of with the sacral chakra, um, sexual power, like you're emanating sexual power, you're desired, you are sacral chakra, you are charismatic. There's something about you sitting in your power for sure. There's a spotlight on that. There's something about you finding your worth, allowing the masculine, which is what I saw in the readings specifically. It had to do with allowing the feminine to rise, the masculine being strong, allowing the feminine to rise. And it's funny, it keeps coming up these days. And so it is that, whether you're aware of it or not, or maybe this is your guidance in today's reading, in the present, whether you're already doing that or your guidance is unite your masculine power for and feminine power. And I will use these cards to see for you how you can do that exactly in this reading, how you're guided to do that, uniting the feminine and the masculine in one moment. If you do that, there's massive energy, just like the Kundalini rising, that is rising, making you rise, just like a star, a sovereign star. Perhaps that is the energy of the portal that is opening up. Maybe this is why we keep picking it up in the cards these days. Maybe that is Cyrus energy, and I don't know. The masculine, the feminine, opening up a portal. It's crazy. Wow. So it's leading to a new beginning, a new birth, particularly the two bringing new birth of a new self. A self that is confident and one with the Wheel of Fortune that is very fortunate. And I see that through this portal with the Five of Cups, the energy that used to stand in your way is coming down, and the energy that you need to rise is going up. This energy is assuring, and Kali Ma is telling you, the process you're going through at the moment is assuring great success and you shining bright between the time of December and January. You're going to be very excited, and although it begins from the spine, and maybe you've already worked on your root chakra, and I'm just not picking up. It is your message after all. Maybe your work on your root chakra has ignited some powerful energy in your sacral chakra that is one way or the other bringing the divine masculine and divine feminine together, and is going to be acting like a Kundalini rising, coiling and clearing the path for a higher consciousness. I really feel that you're rising to the top, and you are going to experience massive fortune that's almost cannot be stopped with the Three of Wands. And the more this goes up, the fortune goes up, the more the things that don't belong in your life anymore go down through the same portal. And yeah, the seed of life, the flower of life, and the seed of life, a new seed begins with the Fool. Yeah, the more you bring the feminine and the masculine energies together, the more it's a new eon for you. Horus represents a new eon that's rising. There must be a portal these days. Let's take a look at this portal before we look at the divine masculine and the divine feminine, which shall be your guidance in today's reading on how to work with that energy, with that portal that's opening up, that she is guiding you towards and making you use. So what exactly is this portal? My dear pile number 3, it's a portal of great luck, right? So what is this portal? Page of Pentacles, new Aeon. It represents the beginning, a new page, a new beginning of a new Aeon. Earth, Pentacles, is on Earth for you, for us. It's a new Aeon for everyone, actually. This is why this is such a massive portal that you're guided by Kali Ma to make use of. The portal, and I'm daring to say this, but I'm going to trust my intuition, seems to be between actually December and January. But just like anything celestial, it has its shadow time before that and after that. And it seems like the shadow time, it's just to, so to speak, is starting now when you watch this reading. And this is the portal time, the most important time. This is when you really be receiving and purging. And then there's also a shadow time in which whoever awakens during that time will get a lot of the benefits of this portal. But there is a portal for sure. What is this portal? Page of Pentacles, yeah. It's a new Aeon for humanity, the Earth. New page in the story of the Earth. It's a massive portal for this reading. Yeah, a new Aeon, a new stage, a new era for the Earth. Page of Pentacles. Whoa. Talk about Kundalini rising. It's not just for you, my dear pile number 3, but your message from Kali Ma is, yeah, 3 of Cups for all of humanity, not just you, but you are getting specific message from Kali Ma showing that she will be working with you during that time. That's so sweet. Wow. Because she recognizes with the High Priestess that you are awakened. The eyes are closed, but they're open. That you are spiritually awakened. And she will be working with you. You're the golden egg here, as described. And she will be working with you, particularly in this pile, to help you make the best out of this portal and get the benefits of it. Wow, this pile is lucky for sure. Okay, so we understand it is a portal for sure. It is a form of Kundalini rising, which means maybe it's not a full-blown one, unless it is for some of you, right? But for most of you listening, it's a softer one. And you have to know that there is a form of discomfort, but nothing massive. It's the sort of discomfort like not a massive problem in your life, but just like being out in the cold in a harsh winter going it's discomfort for sure, but nothing, don't worry, like nothing what we label as bad necessarily is going to happen. But is it going to feel discomforting? Yes. We will check the divine feminine and the divine masculine, which is, by the way, the main guidance of this reading in the present moment. But I just want to check what is going to be uncomfortable for you. I think it's fair to check for this pile. Yeah, so it's like portal opening up for humanity, but particularly for you and the awakened ones. And these are the ones who are going to make the massive fortune from this portal. That's the energy of the portal. And it's going to be a totally new page. You're going to feel like a new person with this portal, taking out all of the energies that don't serve you, like old karma, old energy around your aura that is standing in your way or making you feel unwell. You name it, all in, and massive energy rising. So discomfort. Yeah. Amazing how you're going to feel. What was I asking? Discomfort. What's the discomfort? And you know what? I'm looking at this deck all the time and I see, I can't help it. I mean, I've looked for so long and I can't stop myself. I feel like these cards want to come out. It's probably answering with us the discomfort. So let's keep it here for now. Discomfort. What? 10 of Cups. Yeah, 10. You've got a lot of 10s here. The highs and the lows. Like, yeah. Okay, well, let me wait because it is the 10 of Cups. So wait, Reem. Whoa, I'm telling you, death and rebirth. Every portal, you know that death and rebirth are a portal too. So with every portal, there is massive energy that you can always make use of if you're awakened. Whoa, Queen of Wands. So we're asking particularly about the discomfort, right? And you've got the Knight of Wands. Ooh, Knight of Wands and Queen of Wands. Oh, yes, yes, thank you. The cards are like kept going on and on until I got it. Okay. Finally, before. Okay. So I explained this whole part and then looked at the camera to be stunned that it wasn't shooting. I have no idea why, but thank you so much, Mercury retrograde. Right. So what I was saying is page, knight, queen. Looks like a snake. No, 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 no. A snake rising. And look at that. From the page to the queen, something starts small and becomes bigger and bigger. And in my opinion, with the wands, it looks like the awakening of some form of desire. Um, and as the desire increases, it becomes more pressing. Like it starts off with, ooh, I love this. I want to enjoy this. Something awakens within you that you forgot how to enjoy a long time ago, until it suddenly becomes full throttle and it becomes strong and pressing. And the dangerous thing about that, although it's very pleasant, the chaotic or the energy here, or the discomfort, is that when something is so pressing and something that you love grows stronger within you, it no longer makes you feel like, oh, if it doesn't go well, fine, I'm going to be fine without it. Or it's good to have it, I would love it, but if it's not there, I'm all good. I'm good. And so that energy of, that state of you being absolutely fine without it ceases to exist unless you have that balance. And that's the balance actually that you are going to have to create. It's easy to say, oh, I don't want this, when it's not having an effect on your life. But when it does, that's when it's not easy, you know. It reminds me of, like, for example, the energy of falling in love. Just an example. You can go, oh, I'm not interested in love, only to find yourself really in love with a person, and then you think, uh-oh, can I at this point say, yeah, if it doesn't work out, I'm fine? If you can, perfect, you have that perfect balance, because within this intensity you're able to do the right thing. It's exactly that balance that people need when they are tempted by something. Like, you know how when some people are said to be corrupt when there's power, and we understand that it's not the power or the money that made them corrupt. It was something maybe so small that that showed up intensely when that thing seduced you, So this is going to be different from one person to the other. You might be imagining one sort of energy, like, for example, love, and going, oh no, if that comes, I'm good. You're balanced there. If it's like a lot of money, for example, you could go, oh good, I'm good with that. It seems to be something awakening, and it seems like it wasn't awoken simply because you felt that you weren't one way or the other worthy of having it, or you felt like you couldn't have it, that it wasn't for you, and that's why this energy was it can never die, it's energy, right? But it wasn't awakened within you. And so it looks to me like these days this energy is rising, and all of a sudden, all over again with the 10 of Cups, it's going to make you feel so happy. It's going to go fonder and bigger by the day. It is going to make you feel like, oh, I love this energy. And this is the moment where you actually have to find internal balance to love and appreciate something, to allow this. This is an energy. This is a legit energy. You're allowed to enjoy it, by the way. This is not you suppressing it again. This is you now acknowledging this energy, acknowledging how much you love it and enjoy it. And so it's coming more or less in a positive form, but it must be balanced. Queens, balanced and healed, which is the queens, which is the right power to have. You're going from the page, which is the ignition. Knight is going after it, whether it is good or right or wrong, or considering what sort of effect it can have on you. That's the knight, the in-between, right? And then the queen, who knows how to enjoy this energy, but knows its opposite, the yin and yang, and how to balance it. She is the queen that says, right, I am allowed to have wealth. I'm allowed to be very wealthy, but I'm also going to be making sure that I do it in the right way, that I'm not shamed for it, that I give back, that I use this wealth for the greater good, for myself, to make myself happy, to make my family happy, to make the people who need get what they want, and to do all the good with it for myself, for my family, and for others. Queen of Wands is the queen, if this is love, that is able to love fully with all of her heart and indulge, but knows that there are limits. Boundaries, not limits, that there are boundaries that must be set in place, because you can love someone very much, but at the same time, you can walk away from it and say, no, I don't accept that. I don't allow that. I can love you and appreciate you, but that's not allowed in my life. I wish you the best. That sort of energy I'm not accepting in my life. So that's what I mean here, finding your balance. And this is actually you being able to balance your desires in that powerful way. Oh, attention comes to mind as well. So you can enjoy the energy of attention without losing yourself, like without, what's the word? Attaching your self-worth to it, which is going to make you go up and down with the ever-changing emotions of people, the natural changing emotions of people. And so if you are not attaching your self-worth with the high opinions of others as well as the low opinions of others, you stand strong in your place, enjoying it when it goes down and going, oh well, when it goes down. Okay, so that's the exact sort of energy Kali Ma is showing you through that portal that you will need to balance, if you want, of course, to make the best of this portal, to stay calm and enjoy that energy. So perhaps before it was suppressed, now that energy is reviving back, and you'll be able to enjoy it now without allowing it to, I don't know, without allowing it to beat you as before. Because at the end of the day, Shakti, the wands, the energy, especially when it's raw, it's dangerous. It can either make you so happy, or if you're not in your power as you receive this Shakti, it can make you miserable and weaken you. And so you must be a strong vessel for the energy of fortune and charisma and love and all of that to pass through you, desire to pass through you. Okay, so, we didn't check the tea leaves. I didn't even open it the last time because I was like, oh, I understand what this is, and and didn't open them. So we were asking about, we're going to get into the divine feminine, divine masculine, which it will show you exactly how to balance this power. Last message when it comes to this portal and not chaos, the discomfort of it. Bridge, yeah. Successfully overcoming a problem. Kali Ma is telling you that you will be able this time, fully able this time, to cross over, to handle this power. You're ready. The soul's ready. You are ready. The balance within you is ready to receive this. November, crazy. November, December, January. November is the time where 11/11 divine time is the time. Yeah, 11/11 this year is big for you. Every year, but this year is very big for you. This is when the unity will happen. 1-1-1-1. The unity will happen. This is when you're going to cross over. Young man, it looks like dealings or relationship with a younger man. Deal with your masculine in order to deal with the feminine. We'll see what this means in a moment. This takes us to the next message. Younger man. dealings or relationship with a younger man. So, divine masculine, divine feminine. The moon, divine masculine, has its own emotions. Five of Wands. Divine feminine, Eight of Wands. Oof, it's that awakening Shakti. So that's what needs to awaken, right? From that we're seeing with the awakening of the sacral chakra as well. That's what's awakening. It already started with the root chakra, and now you're experiencing it in your sacral chakra, and then boom, 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 everything else. Maybe these were the two big blockages or something. Eight of Wands. Wow, the World card, the divine feminine is in its full power. It's in its full power. So it is the masculine here. So the divine feminine rising. That's what's blocked here. Your divine feminine blocked. Masculine. Masculine is creating chaos at the moment, because the masculine is dealt with from a place of emotions. So a lot of emotions around the masculine that is creating internal chaos. Something about the masculine becoming too emotional, creating a chaos. And it's divine masculine in the vessel, plunged in emotion, making it act in chaos. An example of that is you could be a very strong person, someone with a strong personality or strong energy. And when you get emotional with the moon card, then you use your strength to fight back with the Five of Wands. When a situation doesn't require you to use all of this force, it's exactly like using a hammer to beat. No, that's a very bad example, actually. Yikes, that hurt my soul. Okay, so it's exactly like trying to crack an egg, but with a hammer. You don't need a hammer, right? It's an egg. And so this is, and the way Kali Ma is holding the masculine here, like calm. I feel like the masculine, because you have such a strong character, requires calm for the feminine to rise. And to learn that you don't need to use that masculine energy in everything. And the reason you are using that masculine energy is because you're very emotional about something. And so here you need calm. The masculine needs gentleness. And so an example when it comes to desire, for example, let's say you get wealth and then you become very, not you, but someone becomes very vengeful, very angry, hurting other people in case they come near their wealth, because it's better to be feared and respected than what knows what, and so on and so forth. That's a hurt masculine, right? Or someone that needs to show how power, maybe someone who was bullied at childhood and now just needs to prove how strong they are in every single thing that they do. And because every time they are rude to this person, or they block someone off, or do something to someone before they do it to them, then they feel like they're winning, and then they need more of this winning. Another example of this manifestation of this energy is someone who screams and fights and overreacts in a moment where they could remain calm, and the power shows in the calmness, they're able to find better answers. They're able to understand that this person, you don't need to really engage with this person. It doesn't matter what they think. It doesn't matter this. And your power shows. So there's something about when your desire comes, when your desire shows up, and it becomes stronger and stronger by the day these days, because whatever it is going to be instigated in your life, that's going to awaken a desire within you once again. Maybe this is a new position we forgot. Oh, I totally forgot. Some of you are getting an important job or an important position, important raise, and maybe you want to prove yourself, right? Like you prove you're the leader, and thus the hurt masculine shows up. Hey, you better listen, you better do this, just to prove yourself. But if you indulge in that energy, then the desire grows, and then it becomes chaotic within. The best way to make use of this portal, and Kali Ma is showing you that you can in fact do that, and you will pass. You don't need to do the things that you did before, like falling in love as well is another example. Maybe there was a form of chaotic masculine that showed up due to emotions. Maybe if this person is not respecting you, for example, you don't need to go through all this. Is not the right person. The conclusion is that you don't need to waste your time at all there, right? You don't need to fight about this. If they are not respecting you, you're able to recognize that. You're able to recognize that they can do whatever they want in their lives, and thus the conclusion is it's not meant to be, and not be attached to this person. So yeah, I can go on and on. November is a big time here where the pair, the divine feminine and the divine masculine, is going to come together to create your full potential self. You're going to heal your sacral chakra, your self-esteem, your confidence, the beautiful energy, magnetic energy that you exude, because the divine feminine is rising, my dear pile number 3. Your sovereignty is rising. You are going to be shining bright, and you're going to be a very fortunate person. In November, in December, expect amazing news regarding your work or a raise, something important that's bringing money into your life, fortune and money into your life that you're going to be so excited about. Understand that this is the full portal. Like right now, you're experiencing the full portal. You're doing this right, the balance correctly. Your divine feminine is rising. Woo! So it's between December and January, the heightened time of the portal. And yeah, during that time, you're releasing without realizing. That's the effort that you need to focus on, allowing the masculine to be calm. And in its calmness, it will allow the feminine to show it how it can use its power. So there's the thing and there's the how. You know how they say it's not what you do, it's how you do it. So you need to be able to do the action, but you also need to learn how to do the action. These together, chef's kiss. You learn how to deal with your desires. You don't need to suppress them. You just need to learn how to deal with them. And if you are constantly aware, simply aware, that you don't need to fight things, even internally, all you need to do is just stand in your power by being calm here, your divine feminine will automatically rise. The pair, they do wonders together. And yeah, my dear pile number 3, this is exactly what I see in your reading as your message from Kali Ma about your present and your future. All the best of luck with this Kundalini rising. Make the best out of it. Stay calm at all times. And with younger men, this divine masculine shall grow and rise with the rise of the divine feminine that's suppressed. They go together like a horse and carriage. They come together. And my dear pile number 3, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. I wish you the best of luck. I did see that you're one of the awakened ones, that Kali Ma will be working with you specifically throughout this process. All the best of luck with that. And my dear pile number 3, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.